Well, hey, hello. I can see your halo, halo, halo. And it is shining golden light. And I've gone into my cave as we have entered the solstice, and I am refusing to come out. I have taken to reading this delicious book. Voila. And as you can tell, I am a complete amateur at this stuff, but hello. So, I've been picking up and putting down this book because I may have all the fancy titles of ADD and ADHD and hugga bugga booga booga and chuga chuga chuga. But I do like to, just pick up that book when, whatever book it is, there's probably about 10 on the go, and read little passages as they call to me. And as we are entering into this Chinese New Year, which takes place on the second new moon after the winter solstice, and this year it will be on February 10, I believe. And this year we have come from, I believe, Tiger and are going now into Dragon energy. And so I've been reading about this passage, this next chapter here, and it's called The Dragon Mothers, Ancient Elemental Magic. And it says, we call forth the red roots of the ancient mother tree, of dancing serpent, eagle, priestess, and cave by the sea, dressed in the scarlet robes of the old and sacred ways, visions of dragons, of bear, of lioness blaze. Through body, through spirit, through shining eyes we see a new flower blooms on the ancient mother tree. And that is by A. and S. Bertrand, which are the authors of this amazing book, The Magdalene Mysteries, The Left-Hand Path of the Feminine Christ. And they also wrote a book called Womb Awakening. Really magical stuff. So what I would like to read to you here is called Nammu and Her, Twin Dragons of Sumeria. Very cool. These are my $2 reading glasses that I got from the thrift store, and I am now turning on the January of the 4th, 46 years old. So apparently now you need reading glasses. It is not a lie. Shit gets interesting as you age. Okay. The creation story of Sumeria, like so many ancient cultures, is deeply intertwined with dragons and serpents. They are the primary archetype of feminine power, primal energy, and cosmic intelligence. Dragon mothers were known as the birthers and creators. They represent the most ancient and primordial forces of creation. The unseen powers that moves the cosmos and the inner workings of the earth. The dragons of creation are linked as a cosmological level to the invisible flows of dark matter and dark energy that make up 94% of the known universe. By the way, I'd like to put an update out there. There is no such thing as dark matter or dark energy. It is just that we are very, very limited in our capacities. They say we see 0.0035% of the visible light spectrum. And they also say we have like 97% junk DNA, but this is also a total lying conspiracy. It's just called ignorance, and I'm afraid that this is a slight bit of ignorance because I don't believe in dark matter or dark energy. I do believe that that is actually all photonic light. It's just been unable to be discovered and uncovered due to our lacks and limitations, even with technology, which they're constantly finding out that they don't know what they're talking about. Just follow the science. It is safe and effective. You're right over a cliff. Okay, moving on. So, I really like this. Okay. So basically, let's go back. That knit together every galaxy, black hole, galactic supercluster. I just wanted to say that galactic supercluster and superstructural filaments of creation. The structure of the universe on the grandest scale, the feminine weaving that somehow remain entirely mysterious to modern physics. From the deep womb of the ocean comes the elemental dragon mother Nammu, keeper of the sacred waters of life. Nammu. Beautiful. Okay. From the deep womb of the ocean comes the elemental dragon mother Nammu, keeper of the sacred waters of life, and from within the belly of the sacred mountain arises the elemental dragon mother Hur, Hur, the stoker of the sacred kundalini fires within earth. Hello, Pele. Boom. These elemental goddesses, with their magic of fire and water, are the matrilineal parentage of the embodied consciousness of humanity. Birthed from the flowing lava of Earth's volcanoes and the dark fertility of soil, baptized with the living waters emerging from the Earth's inner worlds, and the rivers of lactating spirit flowing downstream from the cosmic vulva of the Black Night goddess. God, that's rich. Let's just say that all again. These elemental goddesses of Nammu and Hur, of fire and water, are the matrilineal parentage of the embodied consciousness of humanity, birthed from the flowing lava of Earth's volcanoes and the dark fertility of soil, baptized with the living waters, emerging from the Earth's inner worlds and the rivers of lactating spirit flowing downstream from the cosmic vulva of the Black Night goddess. This is the work of the mythic dragons connected to the birthing power of women's wombs. And I'll tell you, if you're a real woman, meaning you have a womb and all the fixings inside of that womb, and you have gotten your first or any of the months of your life's periods, you will know there is a dragon that lives inside of you. It is true. And when it contracts and rages up in there and blows its fire out of blood red lava, you can feel like PMS, like freaking Pele, just like it's just awesome. So I know there's like, let's just pause for the cause in this book line. I know for certain there's a lot of juba out there, and there's a lot of mixed messaging, and there's a lot of bullshit, and there's a lot of things that have been distorted and contorted on purpose, and it seems as though it's like reversal. So let's just get something straight right away. Just I'm a truth and reconciler, and in order to have reconciliation, you must have truth. So let's start with some truth. Okay, yes, there are mermaids, and when they got like inverted and had the reversals happen, that's when they became sirens. Okay, they did not always just lure ships to a shoreline to cause them to ruin and die. Same with Sasquatch. They're not barbarians. Okay, they let's get it straight, people. Yes, okay, we have the angels, we have the demons, we have these polarities, we have these dualities. This is from where they say the sacred hoop of life got broken, And so we are mending the sacred hoop of life, which will take the duality and unify it and make it one again. Okay. So these are concepts to work with. I know a lot of people think dragons are bad. No, no, and no. Dragons are not bad. And I love that at the Waldorf school where I work, they've taken the dragon, like from the story of Saint George and the dragon and Michael and the sword of light, and instead of slaying the dragon, they have finally gotten it through their thick heads that they need to tame the dragon, and thus you then become a part of the tradition that we're the dragon riders. Okay, so I really totally believe with all my heart and soul and spirit and everything that I got up here, doing all this stuff. I really, truly, truly believe that, well, the world got hijacked. Okay, people, we had truth. We came from high dimensional consciousness. We fell from grace. We got fucking hijacked. And then they flipped everything. So where we had the natrix, now we have the matrix, okay? And they made everything good bad and everything bad good, and now nobody doesn't know nothing, and they're all confused and discombobulated. And then there's a level two wherein that I want y'all to know, like, when you are living in a right way, Eight Noblefold Path, so the right relations, you will spin clockwise naturally. Okay, and your chakras will be spinning in clockwise formation. Now, when you get flipped and Live starts becoming a little bit more like Evil, live spelled backwards, and then you be going counterclockwise, and that's when your shit goes from the yes of the pendulum to the no, from the life-giving to the life-taking death destruction cycle of Saturn. There's a whole mystery school of magic, and I really want you to try to put down the colonizers' shame, guilt, program, hacker codes, and dispel all the spells and reverse all the curses and uncover and recover, discover, and claim back the reclamation of the truth. And that is real truth and reconciliation at work. Okay, so now, this is the work of the mythic dragons connected to the birthing power of women's wombs. So, back off, because there's dragons up in us, and enough of this frickin' hooba juba out there with all this crazy, crazy talk. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people, but by God, grace. I saw the swans today. Swan medicine is grace. So we're calling in grace in your face. Okay, Genesis of the dragon world. Bless you, right? I'm learning how to stop the cursing. I'm trying. It's really hard. But it's actually really easy. So I will make it easy. Genesis of the dragon world. The oldest Sumerian myths say that in the beginning there was Mother Nammu. Mother Nammu. Now let us also recollect through the process of amnesia, because we are a species with amnesia, that we can remember the original blueprints of creation. Now we know that there was the floods, okay, about 12,000 years ago, okay? And we know that prior to the floods of the biblical floods, we had Atlantis, and prior to the destruction of Atlantis, and even the timeline of Atlantis was the timeline and the Lemuria, okay, and then before the Lemurias were this Hyperborean realms, and it's very, very fascinating. And even this book was talking about how La-di-da-di-da, let me skip some. La-di-da-di-da-di, we likes to party. We ain't no hurting nobody. Okay, bam. Okay, shlabalap. Okay, at Cueva de los Aviones, a cave in southeastern Spain, researchers found perforated seashell beads and pigments that are at least 115,000 years old. South African artists were already working with red ochre, which archaeologists believe symbolized fertility, death, and menstruation over 160,000 years ago. Cue freaking Tartar, cue freaking ancient civilizations. They have been lying to us. So, the oldest Sumerian myths say that in the beginning there was Mother Nammu, the first, the formless. So what? I don't know. Sumeria is like 6,000, say 10,000 years ago. And this was like, this is like, we're getting little jigsaw puzzle pieces, okay? Because after the fall of Atlantis, and then when everybody went, to like Chaldea, Babylon, Iraq, Egypt, India, they went to the different places in South America, Guatemala, etc. We have like, little pockets of where people stayed alive and such. And yeah, we got little pieces of the puzzles, right? Okay, so Mother Nammu, the first, the formless, the one who gave shape to all of creation. She was ancient before time, space, before the universe. She was a water dragon of the deep, the most primordial ancestress. Nammu lived deep in the Abzu, the primordial fresh water that is ABZU. I don't know why we say Z. It's Z. There's no ZED. It's just Z. Z, not Z. Z. So, the Abzu, the primordial freshwater lake under the surface of the earth from which all life was birthed. The veins and channels of the underground Abzu lake are the source of all the sacred wells, lakes, springs, rivers, and oases of the world, forming a flowing and interconnected network of life-giving waters across the planet, and life cannot exist without her. That is so freaking cool. Although Nammu was never depicted in image or form because she existed before form, that was before we fell from grace down into this dense third-dimensional construct. She was a primordial water dragon of creation, snap, closely linked with the saltwater creatrix dragon Tiamat of Babylonia. Together, their breath of life stirred the vortex of the ancient birthing seas. All creation, including the earth and the living creatures, emerged from her sea. The Genesis story of the Old Testament, scribed thousands of years after Nammu, borrowed the essence of her original story, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. How do you say that? God, what language even is that? T-bomb? Sorry, I'm not sure what the heck that means. Anyhow, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Genesis 1:2. Now let us also take into consideration that Bible has been edited and has been translated, and a whole bunch of political numbnuts got up in there, and they were like, oh my God, look at what power we can utilize for our own selfish narcissistic ways. This is why I have a hard time with religion, and this is why I really don't hold that Bible as the end all be all. However, there's many things in there that are of course very sacred, and also is it like an agenda, the whole book Revelations? Is that like some sort of agenda that they're literally check marking the box Just a question. The abyss is a central theme in Jewish lore. Okay, so the Christians, before everybody got all this, which Jesus, Yeshua actually is his real name. Yeshua said, I did not come to found a new religion. So whose religion is that? The Antichrist. The abyss is central theme in Jewish lore. So Yeshua was actually a Jew. Okay, and it's ironic that we're now in this war yet again. Like, what is it with this planet? I really, truly feel there is a lot more going on than what most people have any clue to. And I'm not going to go into that on this story. So, the word abyss derives from the Sumerian word abzu. Hey, that was the word for that primordial water, the abzu. Just as the Hebrew word tihom, which means the deep, comes from the same word root as Tiamat. The mystery of the abyss is the mystery of creation itself that emerges from the dark, swirling feminine vortex, the dazzling darkness and deep ocean of unmanifest potential that births all from its waters. God, that's juicy. That's juicy. That's just so delicious. I just love this book. Emergence from the primordial waters is the most common story of creation across time and culture. The deep is the essence of the primordial feminine. Yes, that's a yes. Woe do feminine folk go deep. Nammu was a prehistoric deity, and by 3500 BCE, she was already ancient. She was already ancient history in the Sumerian world. Okay, dude. But Nammu gave birth to a daughter, not a whatever, but a daughter. See, back in this day, this wasn't a question. It was daughter, it was sun, it was moon, okay? Okay, let's not get our shit all crossed up and upside down and backwards, because we're trying to right the wrongs and do the righting of the reversals. So we are flipping back up that which has been inverted, clearing. But Nammu gave birth to a daughter, the Sumerian mother goddess Nin-Her-Sag, whose name meant Queen of the Sacred Her, the primeval womb dragon of the underworld. Dude, I'm just going to say it. This year, 2024, is going to be off the hook. The Her dragon was imagined to live deep inside the earth womb of the holy mountains, within the fiery lava at its center, plasma, connected to the sun, connected to the plasma, which is in our blood, and which is our soul, our spirit, and the heart chakra. Okay, as queen of the Her, Nin-Her-Sag was also the first queen. She became the birth portal for the holy fire and priestess of the underworld. Dang. So we got some ancient dragons as grandmothers. These things go back into actually the Inanna, the Mary Magdalena lines, the Rose lines, the Moon Priestess lines. I mean, there is a lot of energy that is been replaced. Now, I know that the biblical peoples will tell you that dragons are evil and la-di-da-di-da. And then I do also know that the Chinese will tell you that the dragons are the guardians. So, I don't know where my bookmarker went to. Oh, there it is. That's my bookmarker. Just felt about right. It felt about right. So, I'm trying to really go deep into, well, you know, the pirates stole the treasure, okay? And then they would like bury the treasure, okay, in the sands of time, okay? And then they would create this map, and then like it would be like the whole adventure would be to go find that missing buried treasure, and X marks the spot. Hello, X stenography, something that the dark journalist goes into deep, and I find that stuff very, very interesting because there's a lot of extenonography. Oh yes, there is. X-Men, hello. And then you have to also wonder, and X is 10, which is also the wheel, which is also interesting in the tarot and in numerology. So long of the short is I am like one of those treasure seekers, and I have gone on quest to be able to uncover the missing treasure. And I am digging through the sands of time, and I am looking for that treasure, because that is what life is all about. It's about a quest, it's about finding the treasure of consciousness and the pearls of wisdom and the gold of the sun and the plasma. So righteous. So get into it and get ready, because this year of the dragon is going to be sensational. We are calling and invoking the primordial goddesses of, let's say it right, whom are we calling in? Nammu. Nammu. And her, H-U-R. And we are gonna bring back the ancient truth of true power and sacredness. And we are going to clear out the wickedness and set straight to have truth, so that we may have reconciliation, emancipation, and liberation. Ahomitakiasin, and happy solstice. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Get ready. 2024 is going to be banging. It's going to be hopping. And it is the year of the dragon. So become a dragon rider with me, and let's get into it.